Before I became a choral conductor, I was first a chorister under the Philippine Madrigal Singers. At that time, Andre Veneracion was the conductor. That was in the mid-80s. I also became part of the touring group that came here in Singapore in 1986. As a conductor, I started as assistant of Dr. Joel Navarro in 1987 with the Ateneo de Manila College Glee Club. Then 3 years after that, I took over the baton and I conducted the Ateneo Glee Club from 1990 to 1993. Then I went to Germany and also conducted ministry choirs or church choirs. It's something that I've been doing since 1994 until current. And right now, I am the choral conductor of the Singapore Symphony Chorus. As a teacher, in different institutions, I have my specialization. In the UP College of Music, I taught choral conducting subjects as well as music theory and choral music. But at the Asian Institute for Liturgy and Music, since we're talking of church musicianship, I taught almost everything from basic musicianship, cantorship, liturgical text composition, conducting, and history of church music, and many other subjects. My favorite choral pieces are those that shows the ingenious sound of a culture. So in love with African vocal music as well as Estonian choral music. Maybe some of the influences I got from the works of Veljo Tormis, and that explains also the structure of ahari that I composed, and somehow also some of the Filipino choral works that exposes tapestry, vocal tapestry. So I would say that my favorite this evening are the three, the Kyrie of Ryan Telvia, based on the Moroccan chant melody, the Ahari, and the Pamagun by Francisco Feliciano.
For me, it's the facilitation of other human beings to be interested in a common goal, and that is to make music together. And even to the point where my ultimate goal is to disappear as a choral conductor and to make the music internally available from the choristers onto the audience. I think textures, I think the tapestry of sounds that are being presented by the choir. It's not just a matter of the different 170 or so dialects that we have, but it's also about the colors that each dialect brings, the onomatopoeic sounds that they do in imitation, let's say, of instruments or animals or sounds of nature. But at the same time, I think it brings out a certain quality of the Filipino, one of resilience from onslaughts of so many different physical disasters, to a concept of time, which tends to be more cyclic than chronological, and three, this joie de vivre, which is whatever happens, whether it's calamity, death, or disease, the Filipino will still emerge as a happy, hospitable, and caring people. A lot, very deeply. Choral singing brings about for me two spheres, the internal and the external sphere, that is available to me to tap. The internalization of, let's say, a melody, a piece that I do not just sing for myself, but with a group, brings about a certain sense of community, accountability, and a sense of being one with a group of people. I don't need to feel alone. I don't need to feel like I'm hopeless in the face of adversity. And the external sphere, choral singing to me is such a powerful witness to society. Leonard Bernstein said, and this is going to be our answer to violence in the world, that we will make music much more passionately than ever before. And to me, choral singing affords me that avenue, that opportunity to say to the whole world that is in decay, that is broken, we have hope. We can do this together. And what better way to do this together than through music and through choral singing? One of the difficulties in forming a group of, well, basically non-musicians is that, one, they don't read music. They look at the music scores in front of their eyes and hold it by their hands, but they have to learn it by way of what we call MIDI files. One or two members of our group transcribes notation into MIDI files so that they can listen to it individually. And they come to rehearsal and try to put things together. So sometimes it's how to cross over from what they hear constantly in a MIDI file and apply it in community. So that's a difficulty. Second would be, more physical difficulties, such as schedules of these professionals, and they're highly placed professionals who often travel. Sometimes, you have to contend with a choir of only 8 rather than 26 or 27. So this is the first time that we've been together for such a long time. So it brings us together. And thirdly, I think the difficulties of being separated from their root families. Many of these, if not all of them, have families in the Philippines. So there's loneliness, there's despondency. And what brings us together, many of them are really staunch Catholics. So there's prayer in every rehearsal, before and after. Brief, but at least it brings us together. So in spite of all the difficulties that we have as a group, physically, musically, emotionally, music really is such a powerful tool to bring us together.